guys, Nicolas here, back to another video, and welcome back to the DC film review retrospective. Today's DC film, what we're going to be reviewing is Catwoman. The history of this movie started back in the 1990s, where after the success of Batman Returns, in the ending where Catwoman was alive, well, they wanted to do something with this character, basically making her own spin-off. I didn't mention about this in my Batman Forever review, where originally Tim Burton was going to direct Batman Continues. He was gonna direct Batman Forever, but it was gonna be Batman Continues and not Batman Forever. And he was also gonna be directing a Catwoman spin-off. But that never got to see the light of day. The Catwoman movie had a few rewrites of the script, and those scripts never got to see the light of day. And then they decided to make a Catwoman movie starring Halle Berry, in which this was her second comic book role, since she played Storm in the first two X-Men movies at that time. The movie got made in 2004, and it was both a critical and a financial failure. So what do I think about this movie? Well, with the history out of the way, let's get into the plot. The movie focuses on this version of Catwoman, Patient Phillips, played by Halle Berry, where she works at a modeling artistic shop. She wants out of the job she hates, and she wants to become an artist. As she does this, one night she goes into a delivery. She goes to the delivery room trying to delete some special supplies for the company. For Mr. and Mrs. Hedare, played by Sharon Stone. She later dies in a sewage waste, and later was resurrected by cats. And she is later revealed that she's now known to be a cat lady, and giving her the name Catwoman. And as she's going out to get revenge and try to find someone who killed Patient Phillips, as Patient's friend, played by Alex Borstein, later was infected by the butylene product that the Hedare Industries was making for reversing the de-age effects. She then gets to fall in love with a police detective, Tom Lone, played by Benjamin Bratt, as he's trying to figure out the case of Catwoman. Basically, after when Catwoman was trying to search for some answers about who killed Patient Phillips, she finds the main villain of the movie, asking her about where Patient's boss, Mr. Hedare, is, and gives Catwoman the information. And later she finds Hedare, but Hedare doesn't understand what she was talking about. She later went back to Hedare's mansion to find more evidence about how Patient Phillips died. Unfortunately for her, Hedare was killed off by his wife. Unfortunately for her, Hedare was killed off by his wife, and then later was framed for the murder, and later was taken in by Tom Lone. She later then escapes prison, in the horrible prison escape as possible. Yeah, and later after that, she goes and finds Mrs. Hedare and gets her revenge for killing Patient Phillips, but doesn't want her to die, and asking her to grab her hand after a battle. But she later then dies after when the side mutant effects, as it was later revealed earlier in the movie about butylene, where the butylene product has side effects, nausea, pain, and marks that grows, and it doesn't keep the de-aging effects that long, since it does get marks very easily. Later, Mrs. Hedare falls to her death, and everything goes in their way. The movie ends with Catwoman walking on top of the building as credits roll. There's nothing that positive I can say about this movie, but for the negatives in this movie, I can definitely say this movie has a lot of flaws, to say the least. Like, seriously, this movie has a lot of flaws. Like, how can I put it? The CGI is so god awful. The CGI is terrible. It looks like an unfinished video game. It looks basically unfinished. The Catwoman is just trying to be acting like Spider-Man. Catwoman doesn't have powers. She is just basically just an ordinary lady in a costume, just stealing. And basically, yeah, Halle Berry, as you all know, she's a really great actress, but she's pretty bad in this movie. And plus, she's really known for her roles in playing Storm in the X-Men movies. In this version, she's pretty bad. Like, seriously, really, really, really bad. And then, for Benjamin Bratt, he's a really great actor, but pretty bad in this movie as well. Where he plays the detective, and plus the detective is just only there just to be a love interest for Catwoman. I don't find myself to be enjoyed for him. Basically, I don't find myself to enjoy this film that much often. Seeing about how I heard about how bad this film is. Too bad that we did not get the um. Too too bad that we did not get the Catwoman spin-off, a true sequel to Batman Returns. Although the script is leaked online, and I will leave the link in the description down below. But anyways, this film could have done much better. I understand what they were trying to do, but could have done much better. It could have done much better. I don't feel myself invested in the story and the characters. The CGI is very terrible. Sharon Stone, she's a really great actress, but she's pretty bad playing the villain. She doesn't do that much of a good job playing the villain in this movie. It could have done much better, but no, it was just god awful. It was just terrible. Halle Berry, I really enjoy her. I really enjoy her roles in films like Kidnap and other films, and yeah, this version, but in this movie, she's pretty bad. Like, seriously, Patient Phillips. Out of all the. Why did they have to change Catwoman's identity into Patient Phillips? It's Selena Kyle, not Patient Phillips. Yeah. Why? And plus, there's even this one scene where Patience was trying to save a cat when a cat was on the rooftop. But cats land on their feet, so there was no reason to save it. Like, there's some pointless other things. And Alex Borstein, she is a pretty great actress, and she's known for playing Lois Griffin in Family Guy. But in this movie, she's pretty bad. Her acting is just pretty bad. Not good. Not as good as Family Guy. Yeah. Tom Malone is basically just an idiot, and just obviously the love interest because Batman is not in this universe. I remember when I first saw this movie when it was on sale on my local library, when the library was selling some old videos. I asked myself, is this movie set in the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy? And then after, when I was done with freshman year and starting sophomore year, when I watched this movie, I realized about how bad this movie was, about how I read the reviews and watching the reviews on YouTube, and how critics hate this movie so much, and I understand why now. This film overall is just really bad, and plus for Catwoman, um, like I said, it sucks. Why am I saying that? The CGI is bad, and Catwoman, her character in this movie, it doesn't resemble anything from the comics. The suit is not that good. It's just really bad. The suit doesn't fit into the movie. The suit overall is just really bad. It's designed very horribly. I understand what they're trying to do, but it's executed very poorly. And also for Catwoman, does she have multiple personality disorder? Because 1 minute she's Patient Phillips, she's herself. Another is that she's Catwoman. Does she have multiple personality disorder? I don't know. It's never explained. And the idea about how anybody can be Catwoman, it kind of sounds a bit promising, but only if it was in the right hands. And that's where the problem with the source material is. It did not get into the right hands. Overall, Catwoman is just basically terrible. Like, it's really, really bad. This is one of the worst DC films I have ever seen. And basically, yeah, this movie is really bad with its overall bad CGI special effects, and ba- and with a bad Catwoman suit, bad writing, bad writing, bad acting, and everything else is just terrible. There's nothing positive I can say about this movie. I give Catwoman, I give Catwoman 1 star and a skip it recommendation. So don't watch this movie by any means necessary. That's Catwoman. What you guys think about it? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, this isn't the last DC film to review because, of course, we're in the Joker film and Wonder Woman 84 now.